We acknowledge the land on which we sit and which we call the North Clackamas School District rests on the traditional and indigenous lands and village sites of the native peoples of the Kalapuya, Chinook, Molalla, and the Clackamas. We take this opportunity to offer gratitude for the ability to learn, work, and be a community on this land, and we offer thanks to the original caretakers of this region. We recognize the historic policies of colonization, genocide, relocation, and assimilation that affected indigenous and native families, both past and present, and that will affect those in the future, and honor the resilience and revitalization of our indigenous and native communities. We pay our respects to the elders, both past and present, who have been the stewards of this land throughout the generations. There are over 50 tribes that inhabit our state, surrounded by flowy rivers and luscious waterfalls. There's 9 federally recognized tribes. The Burns Paiute tribe, Confederated Tribes of the Coos, Umpqua, and Siuslaw Indian, Coquel Indian tribe, Cow Creek Band of the Umpqua tribe of Indians, Confederate Tribes of the Grand Ronde, Klamath tribes, Confederated Tribes of Siletz, Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation, Confederated Tribes of the Warm Springs. I visited the Oregon Historical Society to gather some information on our tribe, specifically in the Portland metro area and the Clackamas area. In the 1970s, tribal leaders fought to overturn the Termination Act. The tribes wanted their tribal status back to be federally recognized by the Oregon government. The federal recognition means that the U.S. government approves of the tribe's rights to self-govern and support themselves as sovereign unions. Federally recognized tribes receive federal services and benefits such as education and healthcare, as agreed upon in the signed and ratified treaties. Some tribes are also fighting for restoration. Restoration is when the rights and privileges of a tribe are restored. These rights and privileges were agreed upon in the treaties and were taken away by the U.S. government in the 1954 Termination Act. Restoration is different from recognition. A tribe can be federally recognized by the U.S. government, but still not have its rights and privileges back, such as the right to reservation land and the right to hunt and fish in their usual and accustomed places. For example, the Klamath tribes have won federal recognition but are still fighting for the reservation land to be restored to them. The Portland metro area rests on traditional village sites of the Multnomah, Cathlamet, Clackamas, Chinook, Tualatin, Kalapuya, Molalla, and more. These tribes created communities along the Columbia and Willamette rivers and harvested and used for the plentiful natural resources of the area for thousands of years. Oregon's population was largely Native American until relatively recently. The Oregon Donation Land Act of 1850 removed tribes and offered free land to white settlers over the course of just 7 years. These quotes say, "Our life was given to us with a purpose and responsibility to understand who we are as people. It is important that we accept who we are, that we are part of this land. We were not created by a pen stroke in 1955 on a piece of paper. We were not created to be an anomaly to the rest of the world. This was our land, which identified who we were and who we are, and the day that we allow ourselves to be identified otherwise will be the day that we are truly defeated." Thomas Morning Owl from the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation. Oregon tribes share similar stories. We also share a common vision, a vision that looks to the future. This land was not given to us. It belongs to our children, and their grandchildren. We were always taught by our ancestors to look out for the future 7 generations. We are building for the future of our people and for the future of Oregon. Catherine Jones Harrison. We are the physical manifestation of the dreams and prayers to our ancestors. Good words do not last long unless they amount to something. They do not pay for my country now overrun by white men.